so it's time again for another Myers-Briggs video, which I hope you guys are excited about. I got a lot of positive feedback about the last video I did with talking about INTJs, which is what I am, and actually a lot of you are. My friend Jacob, who actually I met in Poland this summer, really cool kid, he gathered all the information for me on the comments that were left. The number one type that was left in the comments was INTJ, the second was INFJ, the third ISFJ. So this week I'm talking about ISFJs because I didn't want to do the INFJ right after I did INTJ because they're really similar. I personally love ISFJ personalities. My sister, who's one of my best friends in the whole world, she's an ISFJ. Being an ISFJ means you're introverted, sensing, feeling, and judging. So for those of you who watched my last video, you might know what a couple of those mean, but I'm just gonna review just in case you forgot. I means introverted, which means you prefer to recharge alone and you get energy around being by yourself, and being around people and crowds drains your energy. An S means that you're sensory, and that means you intake information and you learn best by your five senses. Often S's enjoy physical activity, so they like working out or they're just athletic, and they care about their bodies and their nutrition actually more so than N's do. S's are in the moment thinkers. They are very attentive to detail of the moment. They're not big picture thinkers. They're right now present thinkers. They have a hard time thinking in the future. They often get bored with theories and long philosophical conversations that don't really have a purpose. They don't like to analyze stuff, kind of like the N's do, like I do. And they take a lot of stuff at face value, and they just kind of if somebody tells them they're in a good mood, they believe it. They don't analyze the way the person was well, when they said they were in a good mood, they kind of looked to their left with shifty eyes and blah, blah, blah. That would be an N's way of thinking. But an S would just kind of be cool, they said that they're in a good mood, so I'm gonna believe that they're in a good mood. So the feeling means that they generally base decisions off of their feelings rather than their head and logic, so they're generally more aware of other people's feelings. They just feel more than the thinkers do. And again, the J is the competitive, black and white, very yes and no type personalities, and even if they don't verbalize it, it's on the inside they still have this stance on their opinion, and yeah, just very black and white. So ISFJs as a whole are just really awesome, friendly, nice people, and I'm pretty sure that statistically they are the number one most common personality type of all of the types. And INTJs are the least common, so in general, not obviously not for people who watch my videos and who are on the internet, because that's going to be a whole other statistic on its own, but the world population, there is a lot more ISFJs than any other type. They are very warm and kind-hearted, sensitive people who generally look out for others way before they look out for themselves. I don't know if any of you guys watching this video now took the test before and got ISFJs. So if you are an ISFJ, or if you think you know someone who's an ISFJ, leave some comments below and tell me what you think about what I'm saying about ISFJs, and tell me if you relate to what I'm saying or if it's kind of off. I'm kind of just speaking off of stuff that I've looked at and stuff that I know off of ISFJs, and I don't know, it's cool to get feedback. I really enjoyed reading all the comments on the last video. It was super awesome and informative, and it's cool to read. ISFJs are extremely dependable people. They have this sense of responsibility. They have this strong sense of morality, and when they are supposed to do something, it's they follow through. They're very good at following through, just very dependable people. ISFJs are really good listeners. One thing that they're not good at doing is expressing their feelings. ISFJs deal with a lot of pent-up frustrations of stuff that they don't express. So they deal with a lot of situations where they kind of let their frustrations and their emotions kind of build up and on the inside, and then they end up regurgitating everything all at once, and they kind of have these little blow-ups here and there. It's a learning process, and once you learn how to express those feelings that you're letting build up on the inside, it's very helpful to learn that you need to do that. ISFJs pay a lot of attention to details and organization, and that's actually something I meant to mention earlier about S's, is they're very in tune with like organizing. I always remember S's for people that are very like system oriented. They like to have all their blue shirts over here and their winter shirts over here and their summer shirts over here nicely folded and put away where they belong, and they don't like it to be messed up. You know, that used to drive my sister crazy when I would go into her room and I would like try something on. I'd be like, I want to wear this, and I'd be like, never mind. I'd kind of just like toss it back, and she'd be like, Catherine, because my sister calls me Catherine.
Why did you put my shirt in the wrong spot? You never put anything back where it belongs.
So I'm just like, what? I put it back in your closet. What's the big deal? So S's just have this system of how they want to do things and how they want it done, and they can be pretty particular about it, even if they don't express it. It's like, actually a typical ISFJ would not express to me that they were mad that I didn't put their shirt back in the right spot. They would wait until I've done it about 15 times, and then they would get really mad about it. So that's just kind of a little bit about ISFJs. I hope you found that helpful. I'm gonna answer some questions that I was seeing, and something that I saw you guys ask me a lot was, can people change personality types over time, and can you get something different on the test than you got like a couple years ago when you took it? And the answer is, of course you can change your, you know, personality type on Myers-Briggs. Now, if you're getting something different every single time you take the test, like if you take it like 5 times in a week and you get something different every time, I think you're just overthinking the test and you're taking it a little bit too seriously. And like you're looking into the answers too much, which probably means you're an N. When I was like in middle school and like early high school, I used to kind of be of an ENTJ, which is just like, ENTJs are very strong leaders, and they're very, they like to be around people a lot, and they're constantly wanting to be where the party's at and the center of attention and talking and all that stuff. And I feel like a lot of that's still like, I am that way, but I've calmed down a lot as I've gotten older, and I see a lot of people transition from extroverts when they're younger to be a little bit more introverted as they get older, because they start to value their alone time a little bit more. A lot of times I notice that the J and the P can be a little bit like wavering. I don't know, I've just known some people who used to be really strong J's when they were younger, and as they got older they started to develop more of their P side. So it's really just a matter of, as you get older, you can develop these like different sides of your personality, that it's just maturing, you know. And so when you take the test at different times in your life, you might get something different, and life experience and things like that just really affect like what you're gonna get on the test. And not that one is better than the other, one's more mature than the other, it's just the combination of everything. Like if you're all or nothing for every single personality type, you're not gonna be a very balanced person. So yes, so you can change. If you guys have any more questions about this, please let me know in the comments below. If you didn't get a chance to tell me your personality type last week, I'm gonna link to the test again. For those of you who haven't taken it, you can continue to tell me what you guys are. So tell me what your personality type is in the comments below. Tell me what you think of my analyzation of ISFJs, and let me know any questions you guys might have about this, because I want this to be a discussion. I would love video responses. I will watch every single one of them, and I might even feature some of your questions in my next video if you leave a video response. So that'll be kind of cool, like a little family discussion about personality types. Yeah, that was really cheesy. And yeah, so if you want to check out my District Line store, I have some cute little catrific shirts on there, and I think you guys are going to really like them. So please check those out. I will link those down in the down bar, doobly-doo stuff. Yeah, okay, and I will see you guys next week. Bye. So if you want to check out my second channel, you can do that by clicking up here. This is my daily vlog channel where I vlog daily-ish, or every other few days when I want to vlog. And you can check out the last video right here where I talk about being an INTJ and what's that like. So if you know an INTJ, or if you're an INTJ yourself, you might find this a little bit interesting.